Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're returning back, if you're new, then welcome. Next one that we've got here for restoration is a Model 12 Mixmaster, and the cord doesn't look in very good shape on here. It's pretty cracked and brittle, and as usual, it's the exterior coating is deteriorated right there. I contemplated whether I should plug this in or not. I mean, even here the coating is starting to come apart, the outside insulation. So, but I figured, well, worst case scenario is we're going to pop a breaker. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in and see what happens here. Alright, so as you can tell, it just hums. I think I recall the owner saying that now too. But that means something seized up in it, something up here in the shafts, most likely. One of these shafts is seized in place. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start tearing this down now, and we're going to see exactly what the problem is with it. This thing looks like it's seen its fair share of use, and I'm guessing that it probably was used pretty heavily and then just sat on a shelf now for quite some time. Oh, there's a critter in there. I don't know if you guys saw that. Let me see if I can get him to come back out. He just crawled up in here somewhere. There's another crispy critter right there. Dead one. Yeah, there was a bug in here. A living bug just crawled inside of this thing. Let's see if we can't get him out. So something's made it their home. Now you can see how dirty this is in here. I mean, there's a lot of buildup of flour and debris in here. But that's pretty much normal for these. Hope whatever it is doesn't bite. Well, I'll tell you right now, this seems to be corroded on here. That's pretty tight on there. Alright, capacitor looks pretty, it doesn't look like it's a bad capacitor, but it doesn't look that great. So we'll see. We'll have to check it out. Let's get this resistor out of here. Man, I don't know where that bug went. I wonder if it crawled way up in there. Probably not going to know until we get the whole thing apart. I don't know if you guys didn't see that. Take my word for it. There was something moving around in there. Like I said, whatever it is doesn't bite. I don't feel like getting bit by a bug today. I don't know, one bug from another. I know like a ladybug and a bee, fly, mosquito, but that I didn't recognize this bug here. If we can find him and get him out of here, get him to show himself. Maybe one of you guys will know what it is. I definitely didn't expect to see something running around in there. Here's the other one, the dead one. I can't even get it up. He's like weighs nothing. He's all dried out. I have no idea. I don't know if that's the same kind that's in here or not. Maybe the one that's in here killed that one. Just don't know. The wiring on these seems pretty flexible. That's a good sign. Well, that guy could be anywhere in there. I mean, once he crawls through that, you know, around the fan in there, I mean, he can crawl pretty much all the way up to that, all the way up to the front there. And think about it, it's a pretty decent bug habitat until you turn it on. Alright, you can see this looks pretty pretty dirty as well. Looks like there's some rust on here as well. That would explain this capacitor. I mean, it looks like it may have gotten, you know, gotten wet. I don't know if this was stored in a damp location or what, but it definitely shows signs of moisture have gotten in here. Oh, I'm trying to be careful where I put my hand because that sucker comes out of there. Alright, I'm not going to do any more back there yet. I'm going to get her brushes out here. And her brushes are over halfway. Over half still left on them. They don't look too bad. We'll replace them anyways, but they don't look too worn. Oh, the springs seem awful long on them. Alright, let's pop off the front here. Let me zoom out. Some of you guys are like super zoomed in. Yeah, just don't know where he's at in here. Hopefully he's not, you know, not a biting kind. Our little washer. Alright, put you guys back in here. Oh, there's another little crispy critter right there. Ew. Ew. He's definitely crispy. Look, he's got wings though. Let's see if I can get this to focus there on it. Anyways, bug number two dead ones. Yeah, this got a lot of, oh, this is really funky in here. I think it's just, I think it looks worse than what it normally would, just because I think this has gotten wet. But either way, we'll get it all cleaned up. As you see these holes here, you know, I mean, he could have crawled. He can go anywhere from the front to the back of this thing, and I hope he doesn't get loose here in the shop. I got to keep an eye on the back, make sure he doesn't come flying out of there and try and hide somewhere. Hey, you see how dirty this is in here. It's not just, it's not something that, I mean, whatever it is, it's not what you normally see when you open these up. I mean, it almost looks like almost like mud. I mean, I doubt it's mud, but I'm just saying that it's got that look to it. I think this has definitely been in a damp location, or it's been wet. Oh, there's another piece of a critter there. So we've got like three dead critters here, and all three look different. There's no grease stuck to the inside of here, but there's a little plastic tip. I will have to get that out. I'll get that out later. Here I want to take a look at this grease here. You can tell it's drying out. Get this gasket out of here. Yeah, this has definitely been drying out. So yeah, it's pretty old grease. I don't see no moisture in here. So that'd be a good sign to not have any water gotten in here internally. Of course, this isn't a good sign here. This is, I mean, it looks like I don't know, it looks like dirt to me, like actual dirt. I'm guessing it could be from, yeah, there's like bug legs in there and stuff. I wonder if that's just from like bugs making a nest in this thing. Now this is a first. Alright. Yeah, I'm worried about how many bugs are going to come out of this thing. Okay, these both seem to crack free pretty easily. This one right here is seized up though, it doesn't turn. Yes, this one we're able to pull out, but you can see how black it is on there. Get our gear out. I'll loosen this up here and maybe I can get that shaft to go, but 9 times out of 10 when they're like that, you need the heat gun. I mean, you could probably drive it out through the juicer port, but I think if you do that, you risk damaging the pin inside where the juicer, where the shaft for the juicer engages on it. Alright, yeah, that's not even budging the least little bit. Okay, we'll move on to stripping everything else out of here, and we'll come back to that after the rest of it's stripped down. Cut this cord off of here too. What's left of it anyways. That's weird. Looks almost like insulation caught on the screw. Alright, so knock this loose here. Give that bug in there a pretty good headache. There we go. This looks a little oxidized in a lot of spots on there too. Yeah, I think it was definitely in a pretty damp location. Look at our armature here. I don't feel a ridge on there. I think it's just black from the brushes riding on it, so that'll polish up nice. And you know, when I turned it on, I mean, you could hear the motor wanting to go. I think it would have ran if it wasn't seized up. You know, so I don't really suspect there's going to be too much issue. With the motor running. I said I think it's more. I'm gonna poke around in here and see if he comes out. I think it's just more an issue of it being seized up and moisture getting in, or you know, just in the back and the front. I don't think it really got into the motor area all that much. Like I said, I think a lot of the debris that you can see there is, especially in the front, as at the bottom of the front, was probably from these guys here. I mean, it looked like there's bunk legs in there, and what else. But anyways, I got our connectors on the brush holders off, and we're gonna stand this thing upside down, shake it, see if a bug falls out. I don't know where he's at in here. But at any rate, I'm gonna set it like that. You guys holler if you see something climb out of there. Yeah, this screw right here has got rust on actual rust on the face of it. There we go. Oh, I just seen him. He's in here. Oh, baby. Where'd he go? He was down in here hiding. I gotta look. Yeah, I don't see him. Oh well. Eventually everything's going to be out of here and he's not going to have any place to hide. Alright, we got decent length leads on our connection here for the cord, so that's a good sign. I always like when they're nice and long like that. Makes it so much easier. Let's get that out of here. Another dead critter right there. Got a whole pile of them going here. And there's a critter leg. And he's got the back if something comes crawling out of here. And even if you just holler really loud, that's all I need. Just a heads up. And just so you guys know, I'm not afraid of bugs. Bees, yeah. I actually have a phobia of bees. They scare the crap out of me. But I don't have bugs. Bugs are just kind of gross. I mean, I really don't want them crawling on me or nothing, but I won't run away and scream like I do if I saw a bee. I know I probably should be saying that, but it's absolute truth. I see a bee, man, I start running around and screaming. Wow, that sucker's really seized. Alright, I gotta start driving out that field coil now. So if he's in there, this ought to give him a good headache. As if bugs can get headaches, and certainly not going to be happy about it, though. Alright. I'm going to have to put it on its side here and see if he came out. Nope. Just a bunch of, I'm going to call it bug debris. Just about out of places to hide now. I'm going to turn this into instead of restoration, it's going to be a bug eviction. There we go. Alright, I know that sucker is. Oh, saw something move. Oh, there he is. Where'd he go? Where the heck is he? I don't know if I actually seen him or I just thought I seen something move. It's not on a field coil, but I am looking at the field coil, and the wires on here all seem nice and flexible. I don't see anything broken, just pretty dirty. I'm going to have to clean that up. Alright, well, I'm thinking he may have got away, but I'm going to go through and get our brush holders out of here now. Pretty decent. I guess they're still not far enough to grip yet. Go. All right, there's one out. The second one's coming. There we go. Number 2. And yeah, I don't think he's in here anymore. I mean, this thing is pretty much practically stripped down to nothing. I think he got away on me. Darn it. Oh well. Not much you gonna do about that. I might as well go through and get the last couple bits off of here. guys. Speaking of being on there, wow. Oh, there he is. Oh. Ah. I killed him. Alright. You guys know what that is? Come on, focus. I don't know if this thing is focusing on there or not. I can't tell on the screen on here. That look familiar? Now, whatever it is, he escaped and I caught him. Now I got a pile of them over here. Pile of dead critters. Alright. Where was I? Yeah. I was trying to drive this straight through here and it's stuck. There we go. Well, let's make sure that everything stays focused here. Alright, yeah, you can even see, there's corrosion on this pin here. Alright, so we've got everything stripped out of here, except for that. So I'm going to go grab a heat gun, and I'll come back and we'll get you guys set up for a good view of that. Alright, here we go. We're going to get our heat gun plugged in, and we'll start trying to soften up all that varnish that's got this thing glued in place here. Alrighty. As you can see, that one took quite a bit of getting out. I mean, I had to really get it really hot. And then eventually I got it to where it would turn, but it wouldn't pull out. So I had to keep heating it until it would actually pull out. There's a ridge right here that I can feel. There's also one right here, but that one looks like it's a metallic ridge, like there's something grinding. I mean, this down here doesn't look like it's had any lubrication on it in a long time right there. So anyways, it's out now, and that was the hardest part of this whole thing was getting that out. We pull our gear out now. You gotta be careful when you heat these up, because I mean, those gears are nylon, they can withstand a decent amount of heat, but you don't want to get them too hot. And you also don't want to you gotta be careful how hot you get this aluminum here, because you don't want to anneal it at whatever temperature it anneals at and make it more brittle. So just another thing to be careful with on those there. Another thing I want to show you guys before I forget, I was going to show you in another video about the wicks that are inside these things. Like I said, I usually blow them out in the shop with an air hose, but if you're needing to take them out for any reason, you don't have access to air. That's hot. This little key slot right here, you just poke a wire in there. Grab this with pliers. This is hot. And you can just poke it right through. And on this one, it looks like it was in there cocked, but you get the idea. It's just a round felt wick that goes up inside there, you know, and you can actually get oil on it through that little key slot right there. All right, I'm going to set this aside. Now that we're done with that, I'm going to take the handle off of here. We're going to get all our powder coating parts, everything that's getting powder coated. This is also getting the original white color. You know, we're going to do it, you know, like original, make it look like it did when it was new. We got to do a lot of cleaning on the handle and on the base and turntable of this as well, but not that big a deal. Alright, so that's done, that's done. Now we can work on this base, get this base stripped down. Let me zoom back out to normal view here. Bug dirt. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take the beater height adjuster off of here. We'll set this aside for cleanup. Alright, now on the bottom here, if we were powder coating this, which we can powder coat Bakelite, it's really tricky, and there's you know, you do have occasional issues with outgassing, but it can be done. To get this bearing out, you basically have to pry these teeth off of here, and if you just work your way around slowly, every time you pry it back, it'll skip up a little bit until you work your way around enough, and then it'll pop off and you can take your bearing out. Sometimes these bearings are really stuck in here even without this clip. You know, and then it's really tricky to get them out, because if you try to beat on it, you risk cracking this. So sometimes they're a fight to get out. We don't have to take it out of here because this is stained black, the black Bakelite, so we just got to clean it up really good. But we do have to take this apart here so that we can get the neck off, and then we can clean all these parts here. So we're going to do that right now. That is, I believe, our 7/16 socket. Yep. So that's 7/16. Just take your lever and just move it as far over as you can to get it out of the way. And this is one of those locking nuts, so it's going to feel tight until it breaks the top of the threads. It's clear until it clears the top of the threads there, and then it'll turn easy. You know, but if you know, if you take these off and they feel extra tight, they will. That's just the way they are. And let's say we get another storm. I'll tell you what, we had a storm here this morning that I mean, it rained hard and it rained sideways. Power never went out, but I've got my Jeep out into the garage there. It's sticking out the front of the garage, and one of the doors blew into it, put a dent in the door and blew the mirror out on the passenger side, and had a couple roof leaks here in the house that never had roof leaks before, but then again, it never really rained sideways before, especially that hard. So you know, there's thunder, lightning, you know, all that good stuff. But just for the duration of that heavy rain that was coming down sideways, that kind of blew me away. I'd never seen it like that before, not around here. And then the sun came out after that, and everything kind of dried up, but it looks like it's going to storm again. All right. Ooh, yeah, look at all the rusty crusties in there. And this, you can see all the rust that's on here. So normally we don't sandblast these, we just clean them up, but I'm going to sandblast this. And I'm probably going to powder coat this as well, just to keep it from rusting in the future, because you know, rust is like a cancer once you get it on there. Even if I take it down to bare metal with the sandblaster, it's going to want to rust again. So we'll probably powder coat this too, just to keep it from rusting in the future. That'd be a just a preventative measure. It's certainly not cosmetic because you're not going to be able to see it. Alright, I'm going to get these this last part out of here, and this will just clean this up really good. And the feet, I'll end up taking the feet out of here too and replacing them. We got new feet for this, but I'm going to set these parts aside now since we don't have to take anything else off of the base. The only thing we have left is the pin that we have in here. Go ahead and punch that right through. Hopefully we pick the right side to drive through. No guarantees. Butterfingers. There we go. Alright, got that pin out. So there's some rust on that as well. Alright, now this is all ready to be cleaned up and sandblasted. You know, despite you know, having critters running around in this thing, and you know, and as dirty as it is, you know, this is still, I'm sure this is still a you know, a machine that was used quite a bit. You know, it's got some sentimental value to somebody, so it's going to be nice to see this thing looking like new again and running like new. I think that's going to be, you know, pretty appreciated by someone, by the owner, obviously. You know, I think she's going to be thrilled to see this thing looking and running like new. And I don't recall if this was like an heirloom or not. All I know is, you know, I talked to her for a while, you know, a while ago, and then it came in the mail, and I know she wants it white, back to original, but I'm not sure if this was a family thing or not. But anyways, we've got all the parts here that are getting powder coated. You know, obviously a very heavy degreasing going on this here. A lot of removal of dirt and stuff. But anyways, that's all the parts that's getting powder coated. So you know, and the rest of these over here, these got to all get cleaned up really good. We'll do the lettering on the speed control cap here and make that look good again. But other than that, I mean, we can't really do anything else until we get it all, get everything powder coated and greased and clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you guys here, and you know, I'll come back when we're ready to get this thing put together and fire it up for the first time in its new life. We also have we can also finish up another one that we did that we had to put the gray cord on. I believe it was Model 1. We had to throw a gray cord on because we just got our box of new black cords in today. You know, we just ordered a whole box full of them, and they came in today, so we shouldn't be without cords for a while. So that's good news. But anyways, you know, if you guys want to see the finished product on this thing, this is one that you may want to see the finished. Wow, it's still warm. See the finished product on, because you know, you can definitely see what this thing looks like before and what was living in it and everything else. So it's going to be pretty stark contrast to the finished result on this. But if you want to see that and you want to get notified, just be sure to subscribe, and you'll also be notified of any of the other videos that we post. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Usually it's not very long. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and let us know that you like it. If not, we have no idea of knowing if you like it or not. If you don't like it, go ahead and give us a thumbs down, but at least, you know, leave a reason in the comments why you gave it a thumbs down, so we know. And if I'm doing something wrong, you know, I'd like a heads up on it. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll definitely catch you on the next one. See you soon. Bye.